that I'm at an all-time
What is happening, KFL land? What is going on, man? We are so super excited for this night. It is schedule reveal time. A lot of hard work has been put into that, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that new KFL intro. Hot, man. It's awesome. So again, thank you for all those who've worked on it and getting your logos in and all that good stuff. It means a lot, man. So this is an exciting night and cannot wait for this show. This was a long time coming. And as you guys know how hard we've worked, last year was an amazing year. It was an inaugural year for the KFL. And here's year two, 28 new teams, 28 teams, 11 new teams in the KFL. And it's been an awesome thing to get to know some of the anglers, some of the owners, and really kind of fill this schedule up. So really, really excited about that. But without further ado, I have got some special guests with us. It is Lauren Fury from Three Bells. She's joining us tonight, as well as the one and only JigMaster is here. He is with us. Welcome. JigMaster, Lauren, good evening.
Hey, Greg, how you doing?
Man, it's exciting. I can't wait. It's kind of like, seeing this all come together and, just here it is, putting it in front of people's faces so they can, plan and look at it. And these anglers, some of these anglers don't even know what the schedule is yet because we haven't released hardly anything to these teams yet. And boom, here we go. So,
dude, you are glowing right now, man.
I am. I'm super pumped up, man. I just get into this like nobody's business, man. This is my thing. This is my jam. So, well, Lauren, how are you doing?
Doing well. We've been busy down here. Not only gearing up for KFL for next year, but we're, starting to fill in our schedule, trade shows, just events that we have going on other than KFL for the next season, as well as, we're in mid-holiday right now. So, we're staying busy with that too.
Right on. Well, tell everybody who has not know or seen you and know who you are. Tell everybody who you are, where you're at, and how people can buy stuff from you.
Yep. So my name's Lauren Fury. I'm the manager at Three Bells Outfitters. We're located here in Niantic, Connecticut. We are a full-service paddle shop. We specialize in kayaks and paddle boards, especially in the fishing arena. That's one of our specialties. We full service. We will deliver to your location. We do rentals. We do demos, as well as sales. You can find us on the web at threebellsoutfitters.com, and that's three spelled out, bells with an E as in Southern Belle, and outfitters, and that's all one word.com. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, Facebook. So you can find us.
Awesome. Awesome. Y'all can do us a favor, share this stream,
Yeah,
like
man.
it, whatever you
Share
want to
it,
do,
share
share
it,
it, you know what I
share
mean? And don't be afraid to comment because we're going to be talking about comments. We'll throw some comments on the board too and just say hello to everybody. Also, do us a favor, get the Motion Sports app, go to your app store, whatever it's on, Apple or Android. Download Motion Sports app. We're going to be able to stream here soon on that app too. So it's going to be incredible. We got so many things going on, Roku and Amazon and all that stuff. So we're excited about that, man. We're
making
we're
moves.
thrilled.
We're making moves.
Making moves. You know what I mean? Taking technology to this game. So it's going to be really cool. Robert, man, what's going on, man? You ready for this?
Man, I've been waiting for this release for like the last month or so, man. I'm so pumped, bro. I mean, 28 teams, up 12 teams from last year. The names have come in. The names we don't know that have come in. The bad blood has already been brewing on some teams. The the competition is already flowing. I mean, we got teams setting up preseason matchups with like 4 different teams on the water.
I know it's awesome. Just so those guys don't know, I mean, already we've already had the Swamp Donkeys on for interview this week. If you haven't seen that interview, I encourage you to go check it out. We know they have bad blood between them and Copperheads.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait to find out when they play. You know what I mean? Because I want to mark that on my calendar. They are playing this weekend, preseason game in Florida on Fellsmere. This weekend we will actually be broadcasting that preseason game as well. Man, there's just and then the following week, the whole division Southwest Division is going to be facing each other in Texas on Lake Welsh. Or Welsh Reservoir, and it's kind of like an MLF style deal, and I can't wait to see that too. So it's gonna be exciting. But y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Let's get this going. All right, here's the schedule, y'all. And I want to say something. I want to thank Sam Jones and his company, South Mountain Media, for all that they've done. What you're seeing is his work. And it's super impressive. And I'm telling you, I can't thank him enough for doing this and putting all this together. Listen, if you need anything when it comes to media, guides, whatever, if your team needs anything, you need to hit up Sam Jones and you'll see why. But he just does a really good job.
I mean, they provide great work, man. I mean, they do great work. From the intro video to the banners you see up here to this slideshow. I've consulted with him about him doing an intro for my page. Man, you need to hit up that company, and he can hook you up, man.
For
all
sure.
Professional, very professional.
For sure. Well, guys, ladies, let's get ready into this week 1, the North Conference. Let's get into week 1 and see what is going on. Week 1, here we go. The Massachusetts Maulers, the champions, the defending champions, are going on the road to Maine. The champs are going to Maine. Week 1 and facing the Maniacs. That is going to be right off the bat an incredible game. Going to be a lot of fun to see. And then you have the Granite State Sticks going to Rhode Island. And see it. The Granite State Sticks are a brand new team. They're going to Rhode Island. A very, very tough game right off the shoot for these guys.
I mean,
Lauren, you know this team real well.
I know a lot of these teams, and that was the one thing that hit me with the schedule right away was, Mass going up against Maine. That's a grudge match before it even hits the water. And that's four of my guys from my national and regional team that will be going against each other head to head. So I will be hearing about that match for weeks.
Yeah.
After that one happens.
Oh, I'm sure. No doubt. I mean, again, we're coming out of the chute. These teams are coming out firing. And then you have the Empire at Connecticut Renegades, both new teams. New York Empire taking on Connecticut Renegades. They are part of the North Atlantic Division and a division game right off the bat. Robert, what do you think about that, man?
I think that one's going to be a shootout, man. I've heard rumors about where they're fishing. I'm not going to say anything, but I think that one's going to be a shootout. It's going to be fun to watch because
for sure
both of these teams have great sticks on them that you haven't heard of.
No doubt. Speaking of team that you've never really heard of, and you'll find out this evening because after this schedule reveal, we'll be interviewing Delaware Doom. Can't wait for that. They take on Pennsylvania Bronzebacks. They had a little bit of a disappointing year last year. I would say they're going to come out and absolutely prove themselves this year. And I tell you, the Bronzebacks are looking for some revenge. There's no doubt. And they have a tough match against Delaware. I think Delaware is going to be a sleeper in the North. I really do.
Yeah? A sleeper, huh? Okay, y'all heard it here, folks. Greg's sleeper pick.
I do. And one of the playoff teams from last year, Motor City Ambassadors, which was a very strong North team, is taking on West Virginia. That is not an easy road game at all. We all know what West Virginia can do at home. Some of the greatest fans out there. I still get messages from West Virginia about last year. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
awesome.
I'm well hated in West Virginia. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you are.
That's quite okay. And then the Indy Knights are at Nashville Shiners. And I believe that maybe, if I'm hearing this correctly, this game is going to be the game of the week, and it's going to be held on Lake Chickamauga during the Hobie event.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. That might be the game of the week.
Yeah.
That may be the game of the week.
So really, really strong. A live event, the KFL event at a Hobie event. So that's gonna be fun to watch.
Now,
so.
I'm telling you, I know this Shiners team is full of big names, full of sticks that people know of. But I think Indy's got a really good team, man. And I think they got something to prove after, they stumbled a few times in season 1, and I think they're coming back with something to prove this season, man. It's going to be fun to watch. Sure.
All right, Lord, I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm looking back up at that Mahler's main matchup. Who do you got?
Oh, wow. I got to go with the Maulers on that one.
Oh,
Sorry, Jason. Sorry, Jason. But there's one thing that I do want to say about two of the new teams that we have on there. And I was going through the rosters, and I want to give a big shout out, one to Maine and one to the New York team. As near as I can tell, they are the only two teams that have any female anglers on them. That's right. And they've got some awesome sticks on those two teams.
100%.
You got Judy Richardson on the main team, and her and her husband, are both on that main team. They are 1-2. They are a dangerous combo together. And then you've got Trish Angelini on the Empire team, and she is a stick and a half. I love watching her fish. I've been able to be at a couple events where she's fished at, and I like what. I'm glad to see that we have some female competitors out there too.
It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to meet them in the interviews and get to hear about them and watch them fish.
And then you got to look at the champs, the Maulers.
Yep.
Went out and improved their team.
Yeah.
Tell them about that big pickup they made there in the offseason there, G-Man.
Yeah, man. Those of know Adam Patrone very well. Adam Patrone is now a Massachusetts Mauler, and that is an absolute hammerfest up there in that team. So they ain't scared. They ain't scared or nothing.
They ain't scared at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. Well, guys, let's go ahead and go to the South region or South Conference in week 1. Let's see who's doing what. The my beloved Washington Warhawks are traveling to Carolina. We're going to take on the Lunkers. Your Privateers are going to the Casters. Man, you know that team pretty well there, JigMaster.
Man, we're not worried about it. I mean, we beat them last year. We'll beat them again this year. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
they got Bell squared on that team. You know what I'm saying? Both the Stevens.
Yep. And then the Florida Swamp Donkeys, one of the teams that, again, that if you're not paying attention who they are, you better. They're going to Alabama, taking on the new team that has the rating MVP, Coley McGowan, the Coosa Kingfishers. They're in Alabama. I'm very interested to see that matchup.
They also have, I feel like the Kingfishers logo is just so like, we're just about business. It's so clean. It's so classy. Sharp. It's just, it's classy, man. I love it.
Very classy. Yep. It's a great logo. Alabama Hammers versus the Copperheads. This is a revenge match. Florida Copperheads actually gave Alabama Hammers their first loss last year. The Hammers are going to come down to Florida, and they're going to have like foam out their mouth. They want the Copperheads again bad.
Yes, sir. You're right. That's gonna be a grudge match right there, man. I don't know if we've picked a game of the week or game of the week for the South Conference
Oh,
yet.
it's in the box right there. It's coming up here. The Punishers, one of the greatest logos I've ever seen. The Palmetto Punishers taking on the Southern Slayers, which their lakes. I mean, wait till you hear what their lakes are. I mean, wait till that interview. You'll hear what kind of lakes they're fishing. It's amazing.
I know of at least two of their lakes. And both of those lakes just get you excited for catching a PB bass.
No doubt. The game of the week here in the South Conference is the Lone Star Bandits, the defending South Conference champions, taking on their hated rival, the Louisiana Hurricanes.
Now this matchup, I think they faced each other 3 times last season.
Yeah. Or two or three times,
and I think Lone Star took every last one of the.
They did. They stole all their money.
Oh yeah, they took every last one in the matchup. So I'm looking for the Hurricanes to come out with a lot of energy and try to make a statement at the beginning of the season, week 1.
For sure. The Arkansas Hogs are taking on Oklahoma Outlaws, a new team. Arkansas greatly upgraded their team, and I tell you, the likes of a Cody Milton. Garrett Morgan, a Corey Hopper are all on this team, and Eric Morris. They're coming out firing. I think they can give the Bandits a run this year, but they take on the brand new Oklahoma Outlaws, who we had a chance to interview earlier this week as well. And don't be sleeping on this team either. It's going to be interesting to see what the Arkansas Hogs can do at Oklahoma.
That the Oklahoma team also has one of the best logos, I think, in the league.
Yes, really, really cool.
And those guys are just full of energy, man. And then they got the beard on their team, the beard himself. So you gotta like that thing.
100%. Well, that is week 1. That is week 1 of 9 weeks that is there in it. I tell you, it doesn't look like it's not easy for any of these teams to come around and shoot.
Lauren, when I tell you it doesn't get any easier from week to week, it's just like, so we just got through this gauntlet. We're gonna go into this next easier matchup next week. No, that's not it.
Well, and I think one of the challenges with it is that whether you're home or away, when you're home, you're playing to home field advantage, and then to have to turn around that next week and possibly get on the road, or you start on the road and then you're coming home, or you're a couple weeks on the road. There's so many factors that play into it that as the season goes on, that back and forth, and who's coming to play this week, who's going to be on the team this week. You may not have the same lineup week after week after week. And so there's a lot of strategy that has to go into it of who's traveling, who does, what on what type of body of water, what kind of water are we fishing? And, you're pulling to your strengths. And what you hope is that you have enough diversity to your team that you can, play to those strengths and weaknesses, whether you're home or away.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing about it, too, I mean, these teams do not want to go down 0-1 in the whole. There's only 8 games in the season, and going down 0-1, that puts a lot of pressure on week 2. So week 2, let's see what it's about. Let's go. Week 2, the North Division, Bay State Attack. They had a bye week the first week. They start their season here week 2, and they go to Granite State Sticks at home. And Lauren, this is one of your favorite teams.
It is, and I'm expecting that Granite State's going to do really well in that match. They've got Jake in there, and he is a hammer and a half, and he is a secret weapon that nobody has heard of, and I cannot wait to watch the splash that this kid makes.
Yeah, Blackbeard has been talking up the team so much, and apparently he's mad. He's upset because I said Preston is the beard instead of Blackbeard. So take it out on Bay State Attack, baby.
Oh yeah. Well, the game of the week in week 2 for the North Conference is Delaware Doom at New York Empire. And again, New York has some awesome waters too. It's one of those states that I think it's underrated in terms of fishing. So Delaware gets to travel to New York in the game of the week there. We get to see these 2 new teams go at it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. New York is stacked, by the way. New York has a great team.
I found out recently, man, about how great the spawn-ish fishing is up there, man. Like, and just watching a couple guys on YouTube, just looking at their videos. I'm like, oh, I didn't know New York fished like this. I've never fished anywhere up there. So I think that'll be an exciting one as well. That's a good pick for game of the week or game of the
Yeah,
for
sure.
Game of the week.
We actually were part of a tournament that was up there early May this year, and we were on Cuba Lake, and it was early May, and the inches. I mean, these guys were putting up 95, 100 inches in pre-spawn. It was amazing to watch, and it snowed the night before.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that sounds like fun. It sounds like a tournament I fished in Tennessee. It was Watts Bar, a Hobie event. It was terrible.
Oh, yeah,
like
that was a
degrees.
cold one. That was a cold one.
It was so bad. By the way, our season starts June 4th. Is the first game. That's the first week. This is the second week, which happens to be June 11th. And then, you'll see it on the bottom left-hand corner there, the dates of the actual games. But June 4th is the first game. June 11th is the second game. And so it's a back-to-back from week 1 and 2. And the Pennsylvania Bronzebacks goes to Connecticut Renegades. Again, don't sleep on the Renegades. They're home 2 games in a row, I think. And if they come out firing, Lauren, 2 games in a row, they're going to be sitting in the driver's seat for that division.
I agree. They've being home, and we've got some good fisheries here. And I don't know what they've listed as the fisheries that they're going to fish out of for the tournaments yet. I haven't seen that. But knowing what some of the options are, and between Jack and Ryan and a couple of the guys on that team, they're gonna hammer it.
So, I wonder if in the North, man, the northern teams, when they're going up against each other, man, I wonder if you could say a team really has a home lake advantage, because most of those guys,
close, right?
Yeah, they're all very close, and most of those guys fish against each other in
all the time,
all the local
right.
trails that they fish in. So it's almost like neutral when they're going up against each other.
Yeah, I would agree with you in the Northeast that I don't know that there's too much of a home field advantage, because they do. I mean,
yeah,
all the guys that I know and the gals, it's because we're all going to the same matches, same bodies of water, and it's a great big group, actually.
For sure.
And there is a lot of talent up here in the Northeast that is just totally underrated. So it's going to be fun to watch these guys. It's all going to be who's on their day, So yeah, whoever's having a good day that day.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see. It's going to be fun to see what happens here. One thing, here's another matchup I'm looking forward to seeing. The Nashville Shiners are going to Detroit. It's going to be interesting to see if Detroit Ambassadors puts Nashville on Sinclair. It would be awesome to see that. You've got an Eric Siddiqui who knows Sinclair. You've got a lot of different teammates that. I'm going to wait till the Nashville Shiners announce their roster. But the Shiners on St. Clair against Detroit, that is a match I just want to see so bad. I'm calling you out, Matt. You got to put this match on St. Clair.
You heard it here, Matt. Now it has to happen. I don't know if you picked up on that, but you got the Godfather of kayak fishing tuned in himself. Mr. Chad Hoover's watching. What's up, Chad?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chad Hoover.
Yeah, I think that you're right, man. Sinclair with all those sticks on it, man.
Yep.
You got to make it happen, Matt.
Yep. And those of you who are paying attention, last year, West Virginia went to Indianapolis Knights and actually put on a pretty good show. West Virginia just lost that matchup, man. But Indy has some pretty good waters. Actually, I was actually surprised on the quality of waters that Indy really was able to showcase. I was very impressed. And, man, I tell you, their games were always really, really good. I think this is going to be another good game. And I'll be honest with you.
Yep.
These two teams are not the best of friends. There's a little healthy rivalry between these two teams. Oh, yeah. I mean, some feelings might get hurt in this game. So,
I like to watch feelings get hurt.
Oh yeah, maybe a little trash talking, maybe, but these teams don't like each other.
We'll keep it PG-13.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the South in week 2. Week 2 South. We've got your Norfolk Privateers taking on the Washington Warhawks. All I can say, JigMaster, I cannot wait. You bring it. You bring all the smoke, and I'm going to blow it right back down to Virginia Beach.
I was about to say,
y'all know what happened last time when you came up here on my waters.
You almost painted yourself into a corner there, Greg. I'm going to say this. Yeah, we know what happened. There were 4 fish caught. Right. There were 4 fish caught.
Yeah.
And Greg caught them all.
That's right, man. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good matchup, man. You know how much.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be competitive, man. It's gonna be trash talk. So then you got the newest. You got the baby brother of the Virginia teams, the baby brother, the Virginia Reapers taking on the Tar Heel Lunkers.
Yeah, Virginia Reapers, a new team. We have actually 3 teams in Virginia. You say, oh my God, how can you do that? Well, let me tell you something. Virginia has about 7 million people in the state, and we kind of cover all 3 corners of the state there. Virginia Reapers are in the south central area. Obviously, Norfolk is in the 7 cities, and we're in the D.C. metropolitan area. So there's plenty of love to go around and plenty of waters to go around. They traveled to Tar Heel. Again, Tar Heel was one of those teams. JigMaster, they knocked you guys out of the playoffs, man.
Yeah. You know, I love all the guys on that team, but we got a lot of angst for them this season, man, because they knocked us out of the playoffs. It was bitter. Last game of the season, they took us out.
For sure.
And we were holding down that playoff spot all season.
Yeah, another interstate rival here is the Coosa Kingfishers versus the Alabama Hammers. This team spawned off, saw a lot of former members from the Alabama Hammers are all now on the Coosa Kingfishers. And I would say, I'm going to be honest with you, little rivalry here, not much love for these 2 teams, I guess. This is a game to watch, and that's why it is our game of the week in week 2.
Yeah, hey Greg, are we gonna do? Are we gonna put out odds before each game like we did last season?
Right, we're gonna put the odds out.
This is gonna be good. All right,
daggone right. Yeah, we're gonna put odds out.
We're gonna bring Lauren on the Pick'em show, and we're gonna have her. Put her on the spot to put some stuff up.
Yeah, y'all got to send me the stats from last year so I can get my math.
Hey, we'll keep our picks and odds, and we'll keep a running tally of what the who does what versus the odds.
Well, on my picks last season, I was 100%. So there, you got my stats right there. Yeah, 100%. I didn't get any wrong.
They trained you well in the lie detector test, didn't they?
except for when the Privateers lost, I guess.
I hear you, man. The Florida Copperheads actually go out of Florida. They go up north to a new team, a new area, and I think this might be one of these matchups on Santee Cooper. Can you imagine the Florida Copperheads taking Palmetto Punishers on Santee Cooper?
I was going to bring that up.
All that.
I was going to bring that up, man. I don't think. No disrespect to the Kingfishers and the Hammers. I don't think that's the game of the week for the South. I think it's the Copperheads and Palmetto
Punisher
on Santee, man.
If they do Santee, yeah.
If they do Santee, but the other, of the other places they have as well. Yeah, those places fish well for Florida guys.
Yeah.
So I think you could see that could be a matchup that shows big numbers.
This could be a 200-200 matchup.
Yes. I agree.
Like 200 score both over 200 inches at Santee Cooper, if the conditions are right. But you never know. And again, my sleeper team out of the South, y'all, is the Southern Slayers. Is going to Florida, taking on the Swamp Donkeys. This is going to be fun too.
I like that one too. I like that one as well.
Yep. And then the Outlaws go to the Bandits. They're traveling out. Obviously, there's always
this tough one.
Yeah, there's always this, Oklahoma, Texas rivalry, naturally, obviously, for the college teams. But here we have now an Oklahoma team taking on the Lone Star Bandits. Listen, Oklahomans are not welcome in Texas, and Texans are not welcome in Oklahoma. It's called the Red River rivalry, that Red River that splits the states. They hate each other. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
But here's the thing about this one, man, that's intriguing. They're so close to each other. I think a lot of those guys fish the Texas waters. So –
yes.
This might be the closest thing other than, what was the other Texas team we had last year?
The Southeastern. Texas.
Rough Riders, the Southeast Rough Riders. Yeah. This might be the closest thing to, bringing that home field advantage that Texas slaughtered last season, having home field. The closest thing to where their home field advantage isn't 100-0.
Correct. And then you have the Hurricanes finishing out week 2 against the Arkansas Hogs. And again, Arkansas now hosts a home. They start on the road. They come back home. And who knows what's going to happen again. This new Vannon team of the Hogs. I mean, look, I expect the Hogs, honestly, to go 2-0. I expect them here 2-0. I think they're going to give the Lone Star Bandits a run for their money in that division. So it's going to be interesting. But the Hurricanes, I'm going to tell you a little secret about the Hurricanes. Do not sleep on this team, because this team loaded up with some unbelievable local fishermen that they know their waters very well. I don't know how they do on the road, but I'm going to tell you, they're going to be very, very difficult to beat at home. So it's going to be interesting. On to week 3 for the North Conference. That is June 18th. Week 3. Who's that beautiful thing holding that KFL Cup there?
Oh, that's Dave and Buster's himself.
That's Dave and Buster's. Yes, sir. That's it. But the Maniacs go to Granite State Sticks. Not much in terms of travel time, but no. I mean that's going to be a great fun matchup too. You know, Jason Garner versus Blackbeard's team, and again, Maine goes on the road. They had a bye week in week 2. They get off their bye week and they go on the road, so it could be a fun matchup.
We might see a lot of meme wars in that one.
Yeah, exactly. And then Rhode Island Rebels. This is by far, no question, the game of the week. The Rebels versus the Maulers. It's the matchup y'all have been waiting for. This has been like back and forth, all last year. The Maulers got the best of them, went to the championship by literally like just a couple inches there at the very end. But the Rebels are going to the Maulers, and they're out for blood.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, they faced each other, 3 times? If you include the playoffs, was it 3 times last year?
3 times.
And I think between all 3 games, the total spread was maybe 3 inches.
Maybe
3 inches.
Maybe.
Talk about a tight matchup here.
Yes, and if Derek was on right now, he would say, what he would say, 43 seconds or whatever, star 43,
star 43, or something like that. Yeah,
asterisk 43 or whatever it is. But anyway, that if y'all don't know what that means, you just need to go back and look at other videos on the week 1. Chris
and Lauren,
Catucci.
You're familiar with a lot of these anglers on those 2 teams.
I am. And first of all, since we're talking about Derek, I just want to send a shout out to him and let him know that he is in our thoughts and prayers.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Yeah, with the loss of his brother this past week. We're all thinking of you and wishing you the best. But Derek is a terror. He is a terror. And I agree. This is going to be a great game. The Rebels and the Maulers, they went after it last year. They went back and forth. And it's, probably as of right now, I would say it's the biggest rivalry in the Northeast. As of right now, I'd agree. As of right now. And I think some of these other rivalries will come about just because of personalities on teams and people poking fun at each other. Jason and Ken. But it's, for the most part, a lot of it is good-natured ribbing at each other. This one, this is a grudge match. This is a blood match, right, for these 2.
Yep. Another good, interesting matchup is going to be Connecticut Renegades traveling to Massachusetts to take on Bay State Attack there. That's going to be, again, I mean, look, Bay State had a pretty rough season last year. They're looking to come back strong. They are hosting a home game. But again, I mean, I hate to put pressure on the Connecticut Renegades, but this could be a 3-0 deal for these guys right out of the chute. I mean, if they protect home base, they're facing a Bay State Attack on the road. Which again, Bay State struggled last year. You never know; they could go 3-0.
I'd say, Greg, out of the North teams, the Connecticut Renegades are probably the only team in the North that have really kind of unknown waters. Because not many. I mean, I'm not saying anything negative, but not many people go to Connecticut to bass fish. Yeah. So what we said. Don't take that negatively. I'm just saying.
Nope. Yeah, but I think Ryan and I said it best earlier in the comments. He says, "There's no fish here. Don't come."
Yeah. Well, they have Cottonwood, right? Is it Cottonwood Lake or whatever it is?
No, Candlewood.
Candlewood.
Candlewood. Yeah. Candlewood Lake. Yeah.
So I think the Connecticut Renegades, you could very well see them go 4-0 at home if they have 4 home games. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And the thing with Candlewood is the biggest, our biggest lake in the state, and it is also the most hammered and pressured lake, because not only do you have kayak, fishing tournaments, but you have big boat tournaments too.
Yes.
So
I
and
believe
they
the
will do
KFL event last year, I think it took almost 100 inches to win last year, right?
correct. Yeah.
KBF, you mean?
KBF. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, KBF. I don't even know what the heck I'm talking about. Cottonwood and KFL. I mean, I got it all mixed up here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that weekend that KBF was here,
Yeah.
there was also 2 or 3 regular bass boat tournaments as well.
Yeah.
And that was one of the part of the issue that some of the kayak guys had was that they had been out, they had pre-fished, they had places to go, and there was a big bass tournament that came through on Friday. They got out on the water on Saturday, and there wasn't a fish to be found.
If I remember this correctly, one of Connecticut Renegades players, Ryan Nye, won that tournament. I believe so.
I don't remember.
Second, I think he won.
Chad confirmed it was over 100 inches. Chad, you can probably confirm who won it. Then.
Wow.
Yeah,
crazy.
Ryan cleaned up. He did. I don't remember whether Ryan
Top
won
3.
or not, but he
Okay.
was definitely top 3.
Oh, Nick says he won. There you go. See, I know what's going on. Ryan Nye won that. Yep, sure enough.
Nice,
All right.
nice.
Hey, look, man, I pay attention. All right. I might not know what the lake is called, but I know who won it.
Ryan Nye won on Cottonwood.
That's it. Exactly. And then we have Pennsylvania bronzebacks going to New York. Again, that's going to be a fun one. This was actually scheduled to be at Pennsylvania, but because a Hobie event is going on at Susquehanna, they switched. So Pennsylvania is on the road 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I might be at that Susquehanna event.
Yeah. I might have to join you there. And Nashville Shiners at West Virginia, River Waters. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. As stacked as this Nashville team is, on paper, I don't know how they're gonna survive West Virginia. I'm gonna give West Virginia the win here.
I agree with. That's all I say is I'll agree with you.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. That's June 18th. Let's go to week 3 still with the South. Carolina Casters come to DC at Washington Warhawks. Corey Dreyer gets to fish my home backwaters, man. It's going to be really, really cool to see. Actually, Will and I were talking about this. I'm like, you'll be a fool if you put some of these angles out of Carolina on the Potomac River. So I'm like, we got to figure out a place to put these guys. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then
put them on the Shenandoah. Where'd you put them?
I don't know yet. We haven't decided. Then your step brother,
we got the redheaded stepchild taking on the kings of Virginia, the Norfolk Privateers, which Greg forgot to mention. We did a battle for Norfolk tournament between Washington, Virginia Reapers, and the Privateers. And who took that game? Greg?
You guys did. Actually, guys, we finished second in Virginia Reapers. I think they were collecting turtles. I
think they were collecting turtles. And
I don't know what they were doing.
And painting seashells.
They were doing something. I don't know what they were doing. They sure weren't fishing.
But they were going swimming, trying to catch them with their hands.
No doubt. And then the Lunkers are at the Slayers, the Copperheads at Coosa, Alabama Hammers at Palmetto Punishers, Bandits at Hogs, Oklahoma at Louisiana. The game of the week. It's going to be Bama. It's going to be Lone Star Bandits at Arkansas Hogs. And you know what? If I was speaking, if Kyle Burns was on here and all those Hogs are on here, they cannot wait for this matchup. Bring all of it. They want this matchup so bad.
Yes. That's going to be a good one, man. It really is.
Yep, for sure. All right, week 4. We have a break. We go basically 3 weeks there in June, and we have a break, and we have a couple bye weeks and 4th of July weekend and all that good stuff. And then the season gets started back up July 9th, and the North Conference, here you go. Rebels at Maniacs. This is going to be a fun one. I mean, you've got Greg Crass, Chris Catucci versus Jason Gardner. There's going to be a lot of chit-chat in between these two teams. There's no doubt about it. Again, it's going to be interesting to see the records of these teams at this point. Again, this is where the pressure happens. Week 4, by the way, is the drop-dead date of any trades. So once you get to week 4, the trade deadline's over. I mean, you got to take your team now into the playoffs, okay? June 1st, your final rosters are due. And then week 4, that's it. You can't make any more moves. So you get 2 moves for the season, but after week 4, that's it.
No more one-day contracts.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, Bay State Attack versus the Maulers in interstate match there. Doom at Pennsylvania. Again, probably on the Susquehanna there. Detroit Ambassadors. This is going to be the game of the week versus the Nashville Shiners. I can't wait for this one. Give me all this.
Yeah, I'm excited to find out what their home lakes are going to be, or home bodies of water.
Yeah,
they're going to be in Nashville.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. You're going to be fun. And then the Knights are at West Virginia. Again, we talked about that earlier in the season. These two teams, West Virginia went to Indianapolis. Now Indianapolis goes to West Virginia. Here we go.
Sam Jones said he's coming.
And that's a home and home kind of series. I think they only have 1 week in between them, but that's a home and home of that rivalry.
I believe so.
Pretty close together.
Yes.
And that they don't really have a lot of space to kind of regroup and, depending on how that goes. So that's, however that first match is going to go is really going to play into how week 4 goes.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't see West Virginia having that big of a river advantage in this matchup. Because the Indy Knights have river fishermen on that team.
Yeah, Noel's asking about PM and AM start times. We're going to let you guys know that we have ability to flex those times. We have those set. We'll let you know closer to the season when those happen. We're just going to get the schedule out, like as we say, because there's some teams that actually have some local events going on, and they want to coordinate local events or KBF events or whatever that's being held in the morning, so they want to fish the morning. But we have a preliminary morning and evening games, but we'll let you guys know closer to the season. So, all right, let's get to the South. Lunkers at Privateers. You get 2 home games back to back, my friend.
Yes, sir. We're looking forward to that one. They beat us. They were I think they were the only team to beat us at home last year. So, we want payback on that one. So,
Absolutely. Carolina Casters are going to Virginia Reapers. Again, this is going to be an interesting matchup, man. I mean, depending on where Virginia puts them, this is going to be an interesting matchup to see.
It's quite possible you can wind up with both those matchups on the same body of water.
It could be. And we'll talk about that a little later for sure. The Punishers go on the road. They're going to Alabama, going to Coosa Kingfishers there. Wait till you see who's on the Coosa Kingfishers, man. I just saw their lineup the other day, and I'm just like, really? Really? And they're not done. Okay. They're not done. So it's going to be interesting. Alabama Hammers are taking on, and they're on the road to the Southern Slayers. And I would assume that this is probably going to be possibly on Lake Gunnersville. That's just my assumption, but that could be a Lake Gunnersville matchup there. I don't know.
How does Gunnersville fish in the summer? I'm not even sure. I don't
know. Grassy, very grassy, and a lot of boats. And then here we go. The game of the week.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
There it is. Finally, in week 4, we get the Swamp Donkeys at Florida Copperheads. Listen, put your TV on record, watch this matchup. It is going to be, and I believe we do have this one as an evening game. This is going to be a showcase game for sure. This is the preseason matchup we've got going on this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Swamp Donkeys at Florida Copperheads, and I promise you, every bit of talking will be starting now. And listen, especially if these teams start out really well, it is going to be a lot of fun.
I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that one, bro. I'm just ready for it.
For sure. Oklahoma Outlaws are at Arkansas there. Again, traveling. I mean, Oklahoma, some of these guys, like Cayman Rasmussen, we found out in an interview, it takes Cayman Rasmussen, I think, 16 hours just to get to an Oklahoma game. And if he plans on traveling any further than that, it could be a
16 hours just to go to his home game.
24-hour drive to an away game, man. It's crazy.
My guy Cayman is dedicated.
Yeah, it's insane. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, that is week 4. Let's get to week 5. Here in the North, week 5, Maine goes to Bay State Attack. Again, that's a Maine Massachusetts matchup. Maulers take on Rhode Island Rebels. There it is again. Maulers at Rebels. I believe it wasn't a home. I think it was a home and home, right? I believe it
It was,
had a bye week.
yeah. I think it is home and home.
I think it's a home and home deal. Connecticut Renegades, the game of the week is going to be at Granite State Sticks. Again, these two teams could be fighting for a playoff spot at this point. I really do believe that. And it's crucial, these head-to-head matchups, when it comes to playoff positioning and getting into playoffs. As you know, JigMaster, head-to-heads matter.
Why'd
Because Tar Heel beat you head-to-head and they knocked you out.
That's why you drank it.
That's exactly right. Bringing up some sour grapes.
Yeah, I'll just eat that. I'll take it.
Yeah. You want some ketchup?
Yeah.
And then New York Empire at Delaware Doom. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to find out tonight where Delaware's lakes are going to be. I don't see like Delaware. It's like, I mean, I know they have the Delaware River. They've got,
don't go there.
Upper Chesapeake and all this other stuff.
Please don't pick the Delaware River. Please. I've heard enough from Iconelli about that place.
You might catch a dead body or something, man. Like jig up a dead body or something. It all washes down from New York City.
Who chose the game of the week in this one? I mean, you got two huge ones. Obviously, you got the Maulers Rebels, but I would have went the Indy Detroit game as the game of the week in this one.
The reason why we picked this one is because the new teams that we think that their records should be at maybe 3-1 type deal. It could be 2.
Also, you think it's going to be there?
I do think so. Yeah. I think it's going to be one of those games that you're going to have to watch out for playoff position.
We're jostling for that playoff position. I got you. Okay.
Yep. And then Indy Knights versus Detroit Ambassadors. Again, that's going to be a great matchup. Let's go to the South, Week 5, July 23rd. Warhawks at the Reapers, interstate matchup again. Lunkers at Carolina again. The Tobacco Road rivalry. There you go. That is our UNC Duke matchup.
Yeah.
But they are best of friends and healthy rivalry there.
Every last one of them fish against each other in every CKA or CCKA matchup, so they know 100%. Each other, and they're used to that competition.
Two classy teams right there. Donkeys versus Punishers and Hurricanes versus the Bandits. All right, let's roll through Week 6. Is July 30th. Week 6, we got just about everybody fishing in Week 6. I think pretty much the bye weeks are just about done. And we got Maine versus Connecticut. Again, this could be, Lauren, this could be the winner go home.
Oh, yes, Maine and Connecticut.
Yeah. This will be a good weekend. This is a crazy weekend for us at Three Bells. We have a big event that's going on that weekend. So I'm going to be tied up that whole entire weekend. So I'm looking forward to it. So it'll be one of those, if I pop in for a broadcast, you may catch me out on a boat out in the middle of the ocean. Which would not be a bad thing.
Not at all.
But yeah, that's going to be, I don't know where Connecticut is fishing, what they're using for their fisheries, for their for their matches. So I'm looking forward to seeing where they're going to go. I'm assuming Candlewood will be one of them. And I'm wondering if they're going to pick the river. So if the Connecticut River ends up being, another one that they decide to choose, and should they choose that for this one, this could be an interesting matchup.
Yep.
Well, Lauren, Jack Tibbins says this is a home game for Connecticut. Not even close. Where is it? Not even close. Blowout. That's why I said I think Connecticut has hidden, and Connecticut has hidden gems because nobody really knows their waters, man.
And that's the thing where I don't know what Connecticut's going to do for their home bodies of water, and depending on what they pick, Jack's right. So I'm looking forward to seeing what bodies of water these guys decide to use as their home fisheries.
Yeah, for sure.
Me too.
Massachusetts matchups there. Maulers at Attack, Rebels at Granite State. Again, that's going to be a very interesting matchup. And then our game of the week is New York Empire versus Pennsylvania Bronzebacks. What's interesting about this matchup is this is the Hobie event I was telling you about. Hobie will be at Susquehanna. New York is coming down for this Hobie event July 30th. facing Pennsylvania again. So it's going to be all eyes are in be on Pennsylvania as well during this matchup. So that's going to be a lot of fun for these guys.
That's also going to add a level of difficulty with all those anglers on the water from the event.
Yeah. Yep. It will be, because a lot of waters are going to be taken up for sure. Delaware Doom is coming to Washington at Washington Warhawks, Ambassadors at Indy, and then West Virginia at Nashville. So that's the North. Week 6. Go to the South. South Privateers. Oh, you get little brother again at Virginia Reapers.
So we get little brother at the lakes we fish. Got it.
It sounds like a home game, right?
Yeah, home game.
I hear you. And then the Casters, actually, they make the travel to Alabama. They actually went I believe it was Tar Heel went last year, not the Casters, but Tar Heel went to Alabama. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Casters. Again, you get a Corey Dreyer who knows some of those Alabama waters really well. They may be a favorite on the road. Who knows? Slayers, again, this is the game of the week. Slayers at Coosa. Again, this is going to be a fun matchup. Again, if you know who is on the Coosa Kingfishers and you see who's on the Southern Slayers, this is going to be I'm telling you, this is going to be one of these, like, maybe coming down to 3 inches or less. Maybe.
You know what I think about?
Maybe 3 inches or less on this.
You know what comes to mind when I think of this matchup? It's like the Coosa Kingfishers are the Republicans and the Southern Slayers are the Democrats in this matchup. And it's just a political party beatdown, throwdown.
Hey, I'll tell you, listen, if you follow who's on the Southern Slayers, let me just say this. I do know there's at least 2 guys that were top 10 anglers in the KBF National Championship on this team.
Hell yeah.
Strong fishermen, man. So
I can't wait to interview them.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And then the Florida Copperheads go to the Florida Swamp Donkeys. And guys, I know where this is going to be taking place. And this is going to be a very interesting matchup. Let me just say that, because of location. It's going to be a puzzle. It really is. Yeah, really? It's going to be a puzzle. It's going to be fun. Okay. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see what happens here. So again, interstate rivals going at it once again. That's going to be fun to see. Bandits at Oklahoma. Texas travels to Oklahoma. They will not be welcomed whatsoever. They'll probably be just given bread and water in terms of their pre-meal matchups.
They might need some police escorts to the lake.
Exactly. And then Arkansas is at Louisiana. You know, here's the deal. For this Arkansas-Louisiana matchup, I'm just telling you, these local anglers that are in Louisiana, I do not be surprised if Louisiana absolutely beats the tar out of Arkansas here. I mean, I'm talking about like beating them hard. So,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, like maybe by 20 inches. I'm serious. So, all right, moving on. Week 7. It's August 13th. Inches. We have a week, bye week in between. Week 7 here. Bay State Attack at Maine. Granite State at Maulers. New York Empire, again, they're the game of the week once again, and they travel to Rhode Island. Connecticut goes to Delaware. Ronspacks goes to Detroit. That's going to be interesting.
Connecticut goes to Delaware. That's interesting as well.
Yeah, because here's the deal. Now we have out-of-conference matchups. Okay? We have out-of-conference matchups. Pennsylvania is going to Detroit. And the Washington Warhawks are at West Virginia. Now, look.
Washington
is in the south. West Virginia is in the north. And I welcome it. I can't wait to get back to West Virginia.
And I feel like this is a rivalry game right here.
Oh, it's rivalry. Trust me.
Yeah, I think this is a rivalry game.
We lost 28-0 last year. 28 inches to nothing.
Lauren,
we caught over 60 bass.
Lauren, look at Greg's face. He's still upset about that game.
Absolutely bitter.
Well, I was going to say, Greg, didn't we have a north-south matchup in week 6 too between the Warhawks and the Doom?
We did, yes, correct.
So that's
exactly
the
right.
first north-south
You're exactly right.
matchup, yep. and then in week 7, I think we have 3 of them.
We do. You're exactly right. That's a great catch there for sure. But yeah, I mean now because again, interconference games are going on. You've got to wrap up your division early. You know what I mean? And again, the pressure is on starting in week 1. So
Would
really
it be
cool.
safe to say? Well, I guess we're gonna have to look at season 3 and season 4 to figure out what week we're gonna start scheduling as rivalry weekend. Rivalry week.
Rival week.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. That'd be awesome for sure. All right, let's go to the South here. We've got the Indy Knights again, an out-of-conference game taking on Oklahoma Outlaws. And look at this: the Shiners at Arkansas.
Whew, that's gonna be a hard one to bet there.
Yeah. You know who's on Arkansas, right?
I do. Yes.
Yes.
That's gonna be a hard one to bet there.
His buddies are all in Nashville.
Mhm.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, it's going to be cool to watch. The Punishers at Privateers. Man.
Yeah.
You got a tough one there, man.
Well, one thing that we haven't mentioned, this is the schedule release, but Palmetto is probably one of the most well-rounded teams in terms of being able to fish lakes, being able to fish rivers, being able to fish highland reservoirs and natural lakes. They're very well-rounded, so that's a tough matchup right there.
100%. The Reapers are at the Casters. The Kingfishers are at the Lunkers. Alabama is at Florida Swamp Donkeys. That's the second Florida game they have to travel to. That's brutal. The Slayers are at Copperheads. Man. That's going to be a fun matchup. And then the Louisiana Hurricanes are at Lone Star. All right. Moving on to week 8. Week 8, here we go. We have the rematch of week 1, August 20th.
There you go.
The Maniacs go to the Maulers. And I'm sure that's going to be a revenge game. Whoever lost this one wants every bit of that. The Sticks at Attack. The Rebels at Renegades. That is going to be fun. That's a natural rivalry. You know, I heard that somebody said that what was it? Rhode Island was part of Connecticut at one point, and Rhode Island just couldn't handle Connecticut because they hated the people, so they just decided to form their own state.
What? Did you just make all of that up?
No, John DeCenzo said that. That's the words from John DeCenzo.
The Godfather said that?
The Godfather actually made, he said, they just couldn't stand Connecticut, so they broke off and created Rhode Island. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
How many times you hear all the time, well, Connecticut's not really part of New England. They're more of the tri-state, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. So it's, sometimes it's like we're this no man's land.
Yeah, for sure.
No one wants us. Okay.
Hey, you are the home of WWE.
Right, exactly. We are.
Yeah. All right. And the Warhawks are, listen, we got to go to New York.
Bro.
You talk about a travel. Yeah, we're going to New York.
Tell me why, Greg. I literally just started reading down this list, and I see your game of the week, and I'm like, we got to go to PA?
Yeah. You're good. Yeah. We're going to New York, and you're going just south of us. You're going to PA, and you get a chance to fish.
My whole team got to work that week. We can't do it.
Yeah, you're going to have a chance to fish the Susky. Good luck, man. God. Yep. Good
again.
Yeah. You might have some practice there. Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, the Reapers are at the Doom, man, and then the Shiners are at Indianapolis. Again, that's going to be a fun one to watch.
Reapers at the Doom, I think that'll be a fun one to watch.
For sure. All right, let's go to the South. We're almost done. Week 8, the Ambassadors taking on, look at this matchup, the Southern Slayers. Detroit's traveling all the way south.
Oh, so, dude, wow.
Dude, that's a drive. Yep.
Wow. Talking about true North versus South here.
That's North versus South. Exactly. But they're coming. They're going to Southern Slayers, man. So that's going to be fun.
And then you take West Virginia to the Hammers?
Alabama. This is a fun week. A very fun week. The
Casters. A lot of heartbreak.
The Casters are going to the Lunkers. The Kingfishers. Look at this one. The Kingfishers. Coley McGowan and crew are going to Copperheads.
That one's one I'm pinning on my schedule. I think I like that one.
Yep, no doubt. And then the Punishers are going to Swamp Donkeys. The Hogs at Bandits.
Jesus.
And again, the Hogs at the Bandits is going to be a fun one. And then the Hurricanes are at the Outlaws. All right, last week.
That may be my favorite week so far, bro. I'm just saying.
That's going to be a fun week. 100%. All right, last week. Here we go. Lauren, you read these out.
All right, we got the Granite State Sticks going against the Maniacs. Oh, boy. I'm just going to go hide. It's almost as bad as the Maulers against the Maniacs. But then we got the Maulers against the Bronzebacks. And then the game of the week is the Bay State Attack at the Rhode Island Rebels.
You got to go with my Rebels, bro.
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
That'll be a good game. And then you got the Renegades against the Empire. That'll be a grudge match.
Yeah, I think that'll be their second matchup, right? Because I think we have them earlier in the year. Yeah.
Yep. Delaware Doom versus the Virginia Reapers. West Virginia going at the Detroit Ambassadors. The Arkansas Hogs at the Indy Knights.
That's an interconference matchup.
Right.
So that's going to be pretty cool to see.
And then the other interconference is Oklahoma Outlaws versus the Nashville Shiners.
For sure.
What I'm liking in this whole schedule, man, first off, I'd like to say to everybody, we should all thank Greg for doing this, man. He put a lot of time, blood, sweat, and tears into coming up with this schedule. There was a lot of things he had to deconflict and still deconflicting. Thank you for putting the work in, brother. Thank you for doing what you did to do this, man.
Appreciate it.
I'm liking the fact that a lot of these matchups go from one team against one team at their home waters, and then the next week it's the same teams at their home waters. So it's like, y'all got us last week. Well, now you got to come to our house and we can get our win back. Or maybe they come to your house and take that win. I like that. Yeah,
for sure.
Well, it's good to see that there's a lot of conference, within their divisions, that's the core, which helps keep the guys at home, and makes travel lighter so that when they go and do the interconference or the interdivisional ones, they're still not traveling to Hell's Half Acre, if you will. And you get more I think it's going to be a lot more exciting because now you're going to have interconference rivals going on, and as this goes on, but then being able to see, that within the divisions, those rivals go, start, between north, south, and that kind of stuff. That's going to be fun.
Yep. If you can see the season ends September 3rd. We start June 4th. The regular season ends September 3rd. So, all right, go to the South Slide. Finishing it up. Go ahead, Lauren.
All right. We have the Tar Heel Lunkers versus Greg. They're coming to see you.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and polish that off on the undefeated season against the Lunkers. So
I'm going to mute my mic real quick. I don't want you.
And the Copperheads are coming to see you, JigMaster, at the Privateers.
Easy work.
And then the Swamp Donkeys and the Carolina Casters will meet up again. And then the Coosa Kingfishers are going to go see the Punishers.
That is going to be
good matchup.
Very good matchup.
Yes, sir.
Good matchup.
Good matchup.
And then the Lone Star Bandits are going to go to Alabama and meet the Hammers.
Blood right there. Bad blood.
Yep.
And then the Slayers versus the Hurricanes.
Yep.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, let's get to the playoff picture. What's this playoff going to look like? Well, look at this. There you go. Here's how the playoffs are going to work. We have 28 teams, right? You have a conference winner. You have a conference winner. So they were going to get the overall bye. Each conference has 3 division winners, right? So you have a conference winner and a division winner. They all get to the conference winner gets a bye week, and then you have 2 wild card teams from each conference. So the wild card teams play each other on September 17th. Then the wild card winner moves on between the divisional winners of, you can see there how this works, just like baseball playoffs, right? Mm-hmm. The next week you have the division winner, the conference winner taking on seed 4. And then you have the 2 conference winners, seeds 2 and 3, taking each other on, and it goes down to the championship matchup in October. And then you have the championship, which is going to be held October 22nd at Lake Chickamauga. It's going to be so much fun. So if you want to get your bye week and get a round basically for free moved on, you definitely want to win your conference. So it works just like the baseball playoffs. Yep. You have 2 wild card teams, 3 division winners, and the conference winner wins the bye week. So that's how it's going to work out, and it works just like that. Now, the question is, And we're not going to talk about who's going to be in the playoffs and all that stuff. The question is, who is going to win the North Conference?
Oh,
Who is going to win the South Conference?
You stole my joy.
To pick it up.
You straight stole my joy right now, man.
Let's go.
You know, oh my
Lauren, who are your picks?
Oh boy.
You're starting.
Oh.
Let's start with the North Conference.
Well, I got to stay with my Granite State Sticks.
Wow.
I love it. I love it. I love the pick, Lauren. I love it.
Okay. Very good. What about you, JigMaster?
Well, nothing against your Granite State Sticks, Lauren. My pick is going to be the Rebels.
The Rebels.
The Rebels.
Wow. All right.
Ooh.
And I'm sticking with tried and true.
Maulers?
I think the Maulers get
Maulers.
back to Chickamauga. Yep.
Okay.
I think the Maulers go. It's hard to get. It's hard. It's hard to pitch those Maulers. I think the Maulers repeat. There you go.
Okay.
All right. And who they're going to be facing out of the South? Realistic.
I'm going with Lone Star.
So we have a Lone Star Maulers rematch.
No, you do.
She has a Granite State.
Granite State.
Oh, Granite State. Okay, I
Yes.
got you. Yeah. You're right. All right, JigMaster, who do you got?
I'm going last on this one.
Okay. Guys, I've been telling you, this team I love. I don't know why. I just like who they are. And I think they're going to just absolutely surprise everybody. And I don't know why. You just got a feeling. The Washington one. No, I'm just playing. It's going to be.
That would be a surprise to everyone. That would be a surprise to everyone. Your statement is true.
No, I like the Southern Slayers.
You sticking with it, huh?
I like the Southern Slayers, guys. I'm telling you. I don't know why. I just do. I think the Southern Slayers take on Massachusetts Maulers at Lake Chickamauga.
Okay. Well, since I can't pick my team because I feel like that would just be in poor taste, I'm going to have to go with the Swamp Dog. My bad. Sorry. I had something in my throat. honestly,
Jack Daniels
man.
got you choked up, huh?
Yeah. Sorry. Honestly, man, all jokes aside, I think the Punishers take the South.
Wow. Notice nobody picked Nashville. Of all those hammers on that team, but we will find out who's on there. No one picked Nashville.
You know, we're going to save it because I want to save it for when I do Nashville's interview, and I'm going to talk about why. We're going to talk about it. So be ready, Nashville. We're going to talk about why. Well, it doesn't matter that I don't have you picked, but I feel like a lot of people don't. But we're going to talk about why.
Yep, for sure.
And it has nothing to do with the capabilities of your anglers.
For sure. Well, guys, that's it. That's the schedule, man. We're going to post this on the website. Go to kflfishing.com. Follow us on all social media that you can see. It's on the banner there, scrolling on the bottom. Don't forget to download the Motion Sports app. Be able to just see what's all about and all that good stuff. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. Let's get our YouTube numbers up and all that good stuff. Download the Motion Sports channel on Roku and Amazon Fire. I mean, just be a part of it because a lot of KFL, in fact, all the KFL stuff is going to be on there. It's going to be a lot of fun to kind of just be able to see yourself on TV and all that good stuff. So it's going to be really, really cool. But guys, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We had a great crowd tonight. Great crowd. Thank you guys.
I wanted to say thank you to everybody who stuck with us. We stuck around a very good number the entire show. So thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for all the shares as well, man. For sure. Go to 3bells.com and give Lauren some love there. Lauren, thank you for coming on and showing up and bringing the fire tonight. I love it.
No worries. You know, I have to say, I'm really looking forward to getting to know the guys, know the anglers, and, you know, getting into this with, you know, and being able to provide a little bit more insight and where my thoughts are coming from. For sure. You know, as a daughter of a football coach, this is right up my alley. I love it. This is great.
And don't forget, people, I'm gonna take like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe just 5, and then I'm gonna be on with the Delaware Doom for their team interview. So come around, check out the Delaware Doom.
Stick around and see who this team is. You'll be very impressed. And again,
yes,
like I think if I'm not mistaken, like 2 or 3 guys on the Delaware Doom finished 1, 2, or 5. I think it was 1, 2, and 5 in the KFL event here in Potomac River. So they've got a great team. So anyway, looking forward to seeing that interview. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Robert. This is Greg Nosar for the KFL. We are out. Thanks for coming. See ya.
Bye.